It's a time we always look forward to. In the end,
this is why we're here.
It's the best part of the show. No. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Nice to see you.
So what are we doing today? Nice to see you too. It's always nice to see you, I have to say. And yesterday it was really nice to see you too, because Chef Warren provided our lunch for our daytime crew members or volunteers. Thank you so much. The food was fantastic. It was a pasta with a little bit of an Asian flair to it. Everything was good. The desserts, the salads.
And it was spicy, but spicy is nicey.
Yeah.
I like it.
So today I hear we're having a little venison.
Yeah, we're doing.
We have never had venison on the show.
No.
No.
Well, we're doing a rack of venison.
Yeah.
We're going to do a chipotle and a honey and cinnamon glaze, and I have Mexican cinnamon, which is called canela. And then we're going to do whiskeyed greens with some Jack Daniels, organic gailan and bok choy, sautéed. And
that sounds incredible. Well, let's get started.
all right.
Where do we begin?
Well, what first we'll do is we'll get the venison out.
There it is, all
now tell our
wrapped up.
viewers too, venison, you can get it. It's not something you can get every day in the store, but there are places that you can get it from too, correct?
Correct. I mean, in my gourmet shop, I'll order in for people.
Beautiful.
And it's not an easy thing, and it's not exactly the cheapest thing in the world to do either.
It's not.
No.
But it's a beautiful meat, and it's healthy. Healthier as the fat
is
content.
very healthy.
The fat content is very, very low on it.
I have to say, I've only had venison in like a meat pie, a Quebecois style, where it was mixed with and different types of gamey meats. So I couldn't get a particular. I couldn't pinpoint what it is that makes venison venison. How would you describe the taste?
Farm, it's just pure meat. I mean, but if you taste wild venison, it's got a very, very gamey, and that's why a lot of people are turned off from it.
Sure.
Whereas this venison is just, it's a deep, rich flavor, and it goes so well with red wines and.
Oh.
Now, the thing too, when people do game meats, some people they'll tend to overcook them too, won't they? Because there's not as much fat content in a lot of them too, right? So
100%. When I was a chef at a restaurant downtown, I did elk, which is similar to venison, and
wow.
a gentleman had ordered it well done, and I went out to and I said, "Listen, sir, it's your food,
right?
But I really suggest you don't spend $50 because it'll turn to shoe leather."
Yeah.
So I cooked him off a piece of chain, let him try it medium rare.
Right.
And he had it and he enjoyed it, because you can't cook the stuff well done. There's no fat in it; it'll dry out.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to sear it, and then we're going to finish it in the oven. Then we'll glaze it halfway through with a chipotle mix, which we'll make after, and we'll serve it like rare to medium rare.
Nice.
Beautiful. So let's
go on this side now.
Okay, Christian and I will.
Because the searing's going to be happening. I'm looking forward to these whiskey glazed.
Now, tell me, is this one of those things then that you can, and that you're talking about not overcooking? So, is it okay to have it rare then?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
That's the only way I would eat it, actually.
Okay. We like it rare too.
Oh
Good.
We
yeah.
really do on the set. I know Christian and I have similar tastes.
Yes, we do.
So while we're waiting for our pan to get nice and hot,
look at this product. What a beautiful product too.
this is called canela. This is Mexican cinnamon. Let's smell that. I'm
Yeah.
sure you smell real cinnamon.
It's
before.
gorgeous.
Isn't the aroma on
I know,
that?
and it's not as pungent as the one from the Far East.
It's true, and it's more woodsy almost.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. Tell me, would this be available in the store?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Beautiful.
tell us about the store you got.
So I have a gourmet shop which contains all sorts of wild products. Basically products that aren't available anywhere else in Durham, or in most cases. So I've got canelas, I've got dried chili peppers, I've got 10 different oils. We've got 100-year-old balsamic, 50-year-old balsamic, 25-year-old balsamic. He missed the 100-year-old drizzle with balsamic.
Don't start with me. I was sick that day. I don't know what I was doing that day.
Yeah,
What's wrong with me?
We also have a whole line of these balmuse glazes. Now this one is rosemary, and what it is they've reduced it down, and it's like a glaze. So we're going to finish this dish with it. If you smell the aromas on these things, these aromas are...
Oh, wow. You're going to die, Christian. Oh, he's going right in for the taste. That's smart. I want to try this.
Sorry, we have to.
Say, this is what it's here for.
That is awesome.
Whoa.
You know
what happened?
You are going to be his #1 customer from now on.
Address, please. No.
Yeah, exactly. Where is the store?
The store is at the Baywood Center at 105 Bailey Street West in Ajax.
Beautiful.
And it's 1 block west of hardwood on the south side. So we'll put this baby in the oven.
So, Chef Berman, can you tell everybody why you seared the outside of the venison and then putting it in the oven?
Sure. I mean, when you do meats, especially meat like with low fat, the whole idea of searing meats is you want to lock in the flavor and the
Seal it
juices.
in, yeah.
So if you do it on a really high heat, you sear it, and you put it in the oven. When you cut into it, after you pull it out, you also let it rest because you don't want the blood running out of it. So this will sear in the flavors. If you just throw it in the oven, it doesn't sear in the flavors.
So is that Chicago style when you're searing hardcore, or is Chicago something completely
Chicago's like sear it at like the most ridiculous heat, both sides into the salamander above, hot, 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 just long enough, and it's blue in the center.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Philadelphia. I mean,
that's right. That's
right.
right.
Depending on which you're from. So
It's called Scarborough.
different? Love it.
Okay.
But that's true even with steaks too, right, Chef Berman? A lot of people will spend all this money on great cuts of meat and then cut into it and all the blood runs out, so you didn't let it rest.
No, exactly. And we don't, you know, if you don't let it rest, you ruin the food.
And that's the deal too when you're barbecuing as well, right?
Yep. Same.
You got to let it rest. So do you, let's say,
Look at this knifing
seal
stuff.
it in? I know. Oh my gosh.
See, that's from years of
You're a
training,
star.
kids. That's what it's all about there. See, when you see these little chef shows on TV and they're like, la la, and it's like, hey, there's that goof Christian. This is the real, this is the way it's done properly.
Stop it.
That's beautiful
You guys
cutting.
are both something. All right, you know, with just a few seconds left, we're going to go to a break. We'll be away for just 2 minutes. You got to stick with us because this is really something unique that we're about to whip up.
Gorgeous.
Chef Warren is about to whip up here from Great Temptations Catering. His website is right up on the screen if you need to check it out. You must check it out right now because he does all sorts of events and a lot of things are going on with him and his store. Stick with us. We'll see you in 2. Welcome back to Daytime, and Chef Warren Berman is in the process of, I don't know, this is like an art in itself, how he's chopping the shallots.
That is probably the sharpest knife you've ever used.
What are these? What are these?
Shallots.
Yeah, they are shallots. Tomato.
This is a homemade garlic butter.
And what are we making right now? Just for anybody who's joining us right now.
So we're doing a rack of venison with a Chipotle Cinnamon Honey Glaze. And we're doing whiskey brandied greens, which we're going to do right now.
Yeah.
Our venison's in the oven.
So unique.
You're
So
throwing
is
down
this
the
your
international
style
word.
then? You know, when somebody was to hire you for catering services, is it always something with that unique edge?
Absolutely. I mean, the only reason I cook is to have fun. So we have clients that we do business for on a regular basis that I've never repeated a menu in 3 years.
No way.
And that's what makes it fun. I mean,
Really?
well, yeah. After cooking for 30 years, if you don't have any fun with it, then you know.
Then boring.
Exactly.
Now tell me, you're a part of a really interesting project to help a young couple out in Durham region have their wedding.
Yes, it's called the Wedding Saviors, and what it is a group of 20 vendors, all small businesses that have decided to help get our name out in the neighborhood and to do something good for the community, to provide basically I think we valued it around $10,000 wedding for a couple that can't afford. So there was 20 contestants who came forward, and part of their first process was they had to do something back for charity. So they all went out into the community and did a charity event. Beautiful. And then they narrowed down to 10, and then they just announced the winner last week. So these people were getting, I'm supplying all the food, and then someone's doing a dress, rings, limos, the whole 9 yards.
Oh my, you're supplying
That's
the
wonderful.
food. How many people are going to be at this wedding?
It's for 90 people.
90 people. That's substantial enough. I can't believe you're putting all this together. Like,
Well,
this is going to be valued at
I'm not the
10,000?
brainchild. Yeah, I'm not the brainchild. Brenda
Right.
Holdsworth is, and she has worked diligently to put this thing together, and it's going to be a great event.
Is this a TV show? Because this would have been a great TV show.
It's funny you say that. They're trying. We'll see. We'll see how much excitement.
Yeah.
If you need a host, no. All right. Well, what are we doing now?
Okay, so we've got the organic baby bok choy and gailan, which is like Chinese broccoli in there, and I have my famous salt
Widely
mixture
available now too.
Yes. There's some great Asian markets, even out in Durham.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean the vegetables are so much nicer.
And in there, sorry, you had your famous seasoning. What's in that?
We have the coarse salt, cracked black pepper, Aliyah sea salt, some cumin, some cayenne, some togarashi.
Beautiful.
Which is a Japanese
I
chili.
wish you could smell it in here. It's
Smells
really
fantastic.
Yeah.
Smells
It's
very
unique.
earthy for Earth Day. Come on. Beautiful.
Our crew members are all like,
Hold on,
they're
there we
totally
go.
salivating.
Now our
Hey,
greens are
Jackie.
enjoying themselves
Yes,
completely.
we're gonna have
having a party.
happy greens.
Happy
Yeah.
greens. That's a great. You should call them Happy Greens, Chef.
That's a great idea, Christian.
Because you know what? If I bathed in Jack Daniels, I'd be a Happy Green.
That's a good point you make.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to end up in
Smell
your
that.
belly.
But also the great thing about using the Jack, I was going to say the JD, the Jack Daniels, is there's that woody texture in there as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Is
So
that
it's
why
a
you use it?
Yeah, well, this is going to complement this. Chipotle's got a smoke component to it. You've got the Jack Daniels with the barrel aged.
So
So it's
delectable.
just going to all.
So
Food for me is all just layering
Layers.
flavor profiles all the way up.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
it's
beautiful.
so true. And we have one guest who always tries to achieve exciting each flavor on our palate. So, you know, you've got the sweet, the sour, the bitter. Even bitter is important, I think.
Oh, yeah, everything, every component. Just suck
Love
our
it.
little baby.
Look at this.
So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them in half.
This is a hard job. Once again, I just want to say to our friends in
I
the yard,
know.
this is a hard job for Cash and I today.
I know, it's a tough
We are
life.
doing this for you. You know? Oh, beautiful.
Oh, baby.
Me a happy camper.
Nice and
I'm
blue.
salivating. It's really happening.
Wow. I love it.
Love, 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 love.
And so, Chef
Christian
Berman-
and I are clearly not vegetarian.
Yeah, that's right.
On our Earth Day.
That's right.
Happy
You
Earth
know,
Day. We're meatitarians.
You know, the other day we had Dandelion.
No phone calls, please.
The Dandelion was great, but you know,
Dandelion.
hey, I'm going to have some venison.
Exactly.
You know.
With just 2 minutes left, 1 minute left. I believe Chef Warren Berman, he's going to finish things up while we're continuing on with our Earth Day themed show.
That's right.
And then we're going to take a look at the final product. It's going to be really hard, and I believe we're going to try it. We're going to sacrifice ourselves and try.
Are you sure? I mean,
some-
I don't want to
some of
force
the-
you to eat
I
it.
know, I know.
Really, I don't want you to stress.
I think
I know
will.
this. I know this.
We're
yeah.
guinea pigs.
Meantime, check out his website. He's doing amazing things within our community, and he's got a super store that Christian, I know he's going to be his,
I'm
his
leaving
very
today and
own
going right there.
groupie
Yeah.
at GreatTemptationsCatering.com. See us after the break when we are talking to...
Oh, Sean Williamson of Durham Sustainability will join us at the round table with tips for living a greener lifestyle.